I'm continuing my reading, and what I'm doing in this series is read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a little bit as I move along. In case in point, I've just finished Judges chapter 12, finishing out the story of Jephthah and the three men that judged after him. But now I will be skipping ahead to Judges chapter 17, and we will be reading these two stories at the end of Judges because they take place during Judges, but let us get to it. Judges chapter 17. Micah has a house of gods, or images, and consecrates his own priests. And there was a man of Mount Ephraim, whose name was Micah, and he said unto his mother, the 1,100 shekels of silver that were taken from thee, about which thou cursest and spakest of also in mine ears, behold, the silver is with me, I took it. And his mother said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my son. Now, this just seems odd. So apparently she had lost some money. She said it's 1,100. That's a lot of money, 1,100 shekels. That was a lot of money back then. And he says, I took it. It gives me the impression that he didn't get it back exactly honestly. So maybe it was stolen from her and he just went and stole it back. We don't know. We're not given any details on that particular point. It's an odd one. Anyways, verse 3. And when he had restored the 1,100 shekels of silver to his mother said, I had wholly dedicated the silver unto the Lord for my hand for my son, to make a graven image and a molten image. Now therefore I will restore it unto thee. Yet he restored the money unto his mother. And his mother took 200 shekels of silver and gave them to the founder, who made thereof a graven image and a molten image, and they were in the house of Micah. And the man Micah had an house of gods, and made an ephod, and teraphim, and consecrated one of his sons, who became his priest. In those days there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes. So Micah's mother takes 200 shekels, and it's a graven image and a molten image. Graven meaning it was carved or just shaped by hand, and a molten image meaning that it was melted down and shaped while you would have a form, like a wooden form that you would pour it into to give it its shape. While a graven image, you just take a block of silver and carve it. But he had a house of gods. He had idols. Now, whether this was intended to be idols to Jehovah, the God of Israel, or not, is somewhat irrelevant because it's still idols, and they were forbidden in the Ten Commandments to make any graven images. But this is an important line here. In those days there was no king in Israel, but every man did that which was right in his own eyes. They were not unified. Everybody just did what they thought was best, and this led to at least periods of great wickedness. And this is an example. This is the idols of Micah. He's setting up idol worship, and he's in Mount Ephraim. It doesn't say what tribe he was from, and Mount Ephraim actually spreads. It's a mountain range kind of from the Dead Sea up to the Sea of Galilee on the west. And so portions of the Mount Ephraim would have been in Ephraim, Manasseh, probably somewhat in Benjamin, and possibly as far up as Zebulun. But the exact range of it I'm not sure about. So, but we aren't told what tribe he's from, but he's setting up these idols. So, and then he anoints his son to be a priest. Now, he might have been of the Levi. He might have been from one of the Levitical cities, but we just don't know. So, but even if he was a Levite, he was not of the family of Aaron, and therefore could not be priests. So not only is he setting up idols, he is setting up a false priesthood. Verse 7. And there was a young man out of Bethlehem, Judah, of the family of Judah, who was a Levite, and he sojourned there. And the man departed out of the city of Bethlehem, Judah, to sojourn where he could find a place. And he came to Mount Ephraim, to the house of Micah, as he journeyed. And Micah said unto him, Whence comest thou? And he said unto him, I am a Levite of Bethlehem, Judah, and I go to sojourn where I may find a place. And Micah said unto him, Dwell with me, and be unto me a father and a priest, and I will give thee 10 shekels of silver by the year, and a suit of apparel, and thy victuals. So the Levite went in, and the Levite was content to dwell with the man, and the young man was unto him as one of his sons. And Micah consecrated the Levite, and the young man became his priest, and was in the house of Micah. Then said Micah, Now know I that the Lord will do me good, seeing I have a Levite to my priest. See, Micah apparently understood that the anointing his son to be priest wasn't going to be good enough for God. Apparently they're not Levites. So God was not going to approve this situation. And so when the Levite comes wandering through, he says, Hey, be my priest. You're a Levite. We can make you priest. And then God will approve of us. So even though he's setting up idol worship, he clearly understands that he needs God's approval, and he's trying. He wants God's approval, but at the same time, he wants the cultural approval of idol worship. And you just can't do it. He's saying, oh, surely the Lord will, now know I that the Lord will do me good. No. He's going against the law of God. God's not going to do him good. But he thinks he will because, now I have a Levite. I have an actual member of the priesthood in my house that I have made my priest. But the guy can't be a priest because he's not of the family of Aaron. And even if he could be a priest, Micah does not have the authority to make him a priest. So the whole situation is just wrong. Excuse me. So we will get to the rest of the story of Micah in chapter 18.